Hey everybody, Tara here, and welcome to my Facebook Live today. And I just want to say to all of my friends and to all the viewers watching, if this is your first day of Hanukkah, I just want to say Happy Hanukkah. Anyway, my daughter's like really excited to learn more about it, so we've been looking at some tools for her earlier today, and we'll keep looking at it later. If you've got any suggestions or ideas, would love to hear it in the comments of some online resources that we can guide her to. That would be really great and fantastic. And I know no matter what holiday you celebrate, and welcome to my kitchen, by the way, that there are so many schedules, and I know it's a little bit of a weird year because of everything that's going on, but there still seems to be a lot of activity and a lot of things that are going on, so I wanted to be able to make your cooking very simplistic this week by sharing just a small recipe with you. It's absolutely nothing exciting. All I'm making is some Brussels sprouts with chicken, but I'm going to, normally I would use fresh garlic and butter, but I've been having some issues dietary with butter, so I've opted for avocado oil just because it withstands heat pretty well. But if you're going to use butter, it's not yet in the steps, but you would just use the equivalent of 2 teaspoons of butter, okay? So we're going to go ahead and get started. I'm going to use the pan with just about a tablespoon of oil here. Okay, that's good. And then I'm going to go ahead and turn the heat setting on because I really want our pan to go ahead and heat up, not too much, but just enough that I can go ahead and throw the Brussels sprouts in. And this is nice because this is a simple recipe that you can make in under, 20-30 minutes. It's not hard at all. And I don't have fresh garlic at the moment, so I'm going to be using garlic powder today. When you don't have something, I don't rush to the store. I simply put, I just use what I have. And I've got this is True Imperfect Foods. I've got a boneless, skinless chicken thigh that doesn't have any antibiotics, additives, or anything like that. So you can kind of see it for yourself. And actually, I'm going to go ahead and add it to the pan. And we're going to start there first, actually. And I'm going to throw this away in just a second. And I'm going to want to change here to go ahead and flip. And I'm going to set my timer for 5 minutes. That way I know to flip it at the 5-minute mark. And in the meantime, what I've done, and we're waiting on the clock, I've taken Brussels sprouts. I should probably put a picture of it in the comments because it's actually kind of cool. I was able to buy it actually on the stalk, which is the first time I've ever done that, because normally I just buy it already packaged up off the stock. But anyway, I went ahead and I took all of the Brussels sprouts off of the stalk, and I cut them in half, so you can kind of see what that looks like here. And what I am going to go ahead and do is I'm going to go ahead and take my sea salt and my black peppercorn, and I'm just going to season over the top of the chicken here. Just like so. And then I'm going to use some peppercorn. Okay. And then because I don't have fresh garlic, I'm just going to use garlic powder. Now, if you can use butter, go ahead and go for it. It's just not something that's good for me dietary-wise. And I'm trying to continue my weight loss journey, so I'm trying to really put some good healthy fats in, which I have the avocado oil for that, thankfully. But I'm just really trying not to use as much butter. I would gravitate more to coconut oil. I would gravitate more to olive oil or avocado oil. Those are my three biggest choices. Very occasionally I'll use butter if I feel like I want to make a naughty recipe that's not real good. But that's the thing, like, you know, you're always really good up until the holidays, and you get off track and you got to get back on track. And we just finished Thanksgiving, right? And so that wasn't too bad, because there were still some recipes, at least for us, that were a little healthier. I don't know about you. But I really want to stay on track. And, you know, it's really good just to stay healthier, because this is the time of year where if you're not eating the right foods and giving your body the right nutrition, what's happening to it is your body's not able to stay in an alkaline state, which means the immune system can get compromised with the environmental factors, which is being run down, being busy, being crazy. So I would rather create recipes to help myself and help you to be able to stay healthy during this holiday season that are going to also keep your immune system boosted as the weather gets colder. So the more leafy green vegetables, the more vegetable period that you're choosing, the better. So I want to be able to bring recipes that are going to still be filling, because, you know, sometimes when you eat just vegetables, it's really yummy. I love to do that. Like, pan-seared vegetables are great, you know, but they're not necessarily filling all the time, right? So I want to be able to bring a little sustenance. So today I decided to add a little bit of chicken to my Brussels sprouts mix, and I'm just pan-searing them. You could also do this recipe in the oven. I don't have the instructions for that, but if you look it up, you can actually just do that yourself. Usually if I just do Brussels sprouts alone, it's like 375 for like 10 to 15 minutes until they're kind of like, you know, starting to brown a little bit, and then I'll take them out and flip them and do another 10 to 15 minutes, just depending on my oven settings and how hot it gets. I just continue to check every few minutes, and then I add the chicken and do that accordingly. So let's see where we're at in the time. We're at 59 seconds now, so in under a minute I can flip the chicken. I just want to make sure, since we're dealing with poultry, that I'm cooking the chicken all the way through. Never consume pink chicken, right? So we just want to make sure. And I'm going to add a little bit of oil here. And now the temperature is just a hair. It's starting to stew. The oil's getting in the air here. And I'm going to flip here in just a second. And let's get my chicken moved a little bit with these hands. Fantastic. There we go. Okay. It's now flipped. And I'm going to set the timer for another 5. And then I'm going to add the peppercorn. I'm going to add a little bit of garlic. Now I'm going to add a little bit of sea salt. And then I'm going to let that cook for another 5 minutes. And in the meantime, once this has cooked for another 5 minutes, what I'll do is I will take the Brussels sprouts and I'll move the chicken over. And I'll go ahead and I will add the Brussels sprouts in on the side. And then I'll add a little bit more oil. And at that point, that is where you would add the 2 teaspoons of butter. And then you would also add the garlic in at that point. You want to cook the chicken after that for an additional 10 to 15 minutes. And I probably won't stay live for that part, but what I will do is I will, if you want the recipe, let me know in the comment section, but what I'll do is I'll just post a picture once I'm done with the recipe so you can see how it turned out, because you can't really see it from your view. Let me see if I can actually tone in a little bit. If you look more closely at the chicken, there's some spots in here that are still pink, and that's just because, you know, we haven't even cooked it for a full 7 minutes yet. So it's going to need a little bit more cooking. And right now my goal is just to kind of keep an eye on it. But overall, it's cooking exactly like it should so far. And this is a really great recipe because it's super simple. About 30 minutes or so. You know, 5 minutes each side for the chicken, that's 10. About another 15 for the, I guess it's more like 40 minutes when I think about it actually. I correct myself because it's about another 5 minutes flipped each side for the Brussels sprouts. So we'll want to make sure we have enough time for that. So 5 minutes on each side for the chicken, and then when you add the Brussels sprouts, it's you move the chicken to the side, but it's 5 minutes on one side. You flip the Brussels sprouts, and then you want to cook the chicken for another 10 to 15 minutes. So I'll go over that again here in a second. So I just want something healthier for you guys to be able to have. With this time of year, you don't want to eat super heavy. Most people aren't as active. They're a little bit more dormant. Myself, I try to like do some sort of working out for at least 20, 30 minutes a day. Sometimes I'm good and I get like a 40-minute workout in, but that's not every day, right? So I want to be realistic with that. And because your body's like slower and your metabolism isn't as high, you want to make sure that you're eating foods that are also going to like give you brain power and help you to have additional energy, because you know, our bodies just naturally want to hibernate more as it gets colder out. So recipes like this are really, really good. The chicken and the Brussels sprouts, if I could talk, are going to be a really healthy choice. It's still filling, but you're not overeating. So it's just about time to flip the chicken here. We've got about another 57 seconds or so. And then once I flip, I'm going to switch the chicken to the sides here and put the Brussels sprouts in and begin that. I know, I'm sorry, it's a little slow, but I have to give it the waiting game because I don't want pink chicken. Like, you definitely do not want to eat pink chicken, right? So that wouldn't be healthy. So we just really want to do our due diligence, make sure that the chicken's cooked all the way through. But it is coming along nice. So I wish I could zoom in so you could kind of see. But we're getting closer. So I'm excited about that. So we'll see here in just a second. I'm going to go ahead and pull it. Oh, that pan is really hot. It's sizzling and it's not even on there. Okay, now, that looks really good so far, right? I'm moving the chicken over to the side. Okay, I'm going to turn this down just a little bit, actually. And then I'm going to go ahead, see all these Brussels sprouts, I'm going to go ahead and add them. Finishing adding them now. Now, I'm going to add a little bit more oil because this is where we would add butter, but I'm going to use avocado oil instead. And I don't want to put it completely on the chicken, maybe just a little bit. I'm I'm going to add additional 5 minutes to the timer. And I'm going to do a little bit more sea salt on the Brussels. Okay. I'm going to do a little bit of garlic powder. Okay. And then I'm going to add some peppercorns. What are you guys having for dinner in your house? Would love to hear in the comments or see a picture. Would love to see what you guys are having for dinner, so make sure you post a picture in the comments or show me what you're making. I just have to wait until I flip it down. I have to be really careful because the amount of Brussels sprouts that are in there. But it already looks really yummy to me, so I'm excited about that. So I'll have dinner knocked out and out of the way, so I'm excited about that. We tend to eat our dinners like a little bit early with small kids, like around 4:30, 5 o'clock window. So this is a really good time to make sure my dinner's already prepped and navigated. I'm sorry, I'm turning back and forth, but I want to make sure I keep an eye on the food here. At any rate, again, this is chicken and Brussels sprouts that we're making pan-seared on the stove. It's supposed to be with garlic butter, but again, I'm substituting the butter with the avocado oil just as a healthier food option, especially for those that have sensitive stomachs, digestive issues, things like that. Avocado oil is going to be a little bit easier on the stomach than an actual butter would be, even if you buy a higher grade butter. So, and I'm looking at, let's see, about 2 minutes and 45 seconds here. If you have any questions about what I've covered so far, make sure that you're communicating with me in the comment section. I kind of missed when we did some lives in the kitchen, and people were having conversation and telling me the kinds of things that they were making or what they liked and whatnot. So I'd love to get some more interaction going again. So please say hi. Let me know if you have any questions about what I'm doing, or if you have any ideas for some recipes that are healthy for this holiday season. I really want to stay healthier this year, especially with the weather getting colder and it being just a weird year in general. Anyway, because of everything going on. And I'm going to kind of look underneath here to check on my chicken. Looking good. Okay. That's going to be flipped here in a second. I'm going to kind of push the Brussels down to the hair. In this case, the chicken may actually be cooked before the Brussels sprouts, because the amount of Brussels sprouts I stuck in there. Here, I'll give you a few. So I can kind of see what's going on. Kind of maybe skip this back. I don't think my cord's going to go that much further, though. I really need a longer cord on this thing. There we go. It's a little better. Okay. So I'm kind of making sure the Brussels sprouts get in there a little bit more. But, I mean, if you want to use butter on this, it's just 2 teaspoons of butter. So feel free. And you know what? Like, for some extra flavoring, you could even, here's a tip. You could actually add some chicken stock, or like a vegetable stock. I would get low sodium or unsalted, especially if you're looking to be healthier and watch. And you can add 3/4 cup. I'm going to go ahead and check my chicken, see if it needs to be flipped, and it does. So I'm going to go ahead and flip it. It's okay if your Brussels sprouts go off to the side. That's not such a big deal. You just want to make sure you're flipping them. Oh my gosh, they're starting to look really yummy. Looks great. I want to eat it already and it's not ready yet. Okay, and I'm going to go ahead and reset my timer, and I'm just going to keep doing this until I'm done. Oops, hold on. Made a mistake. There we go. Okay, so the timer is reset, and what I'll continue to do is I'll continue to cook this until it's done, because I don't want my chicken, I don't know if you can kind of, here, let me see if I can just pull this up for a second. Okay, so the chicken is like nice and brown, as you can see, but I don't want it to get too much more brown than that. Like, I don't want it to be blackened. I just want it to be a little bit darker than that. And I want my Brussels sprouts to have a little bit of a burnt edge on the sides of them, just to be more, even though the pan's seared, I want it to be a little bit more on the roasted side, okay? So that's actually the look that I'm going for. Okay, you want it to look roasted. You don't want your meat to dry out. You want it to stay tender and juicy. So the key is just to cook on a lower heat setting and keep flipping the chicken and the Brussels sprouts every 5 minutes. If you cook it slowly, it may take longer, because really it should only take about 15 more minutes to do. But if your Brussels sprouts are still firm, even if your chicken is done first, you can always pull the chicken, put it to the side, add the Brussels, flip them, cook them until they're soft, but they've got kind of a little roast to them. They're browned on the edges. And when they're soft and brown on the edges with a little bit of crisp, that's how you know that it's done. So just keeping it flipped every 5 minutes until it's more brown, that will do you justice. Your chicken will stay juicy that way. You don't want to cook it on high heat, because that will actually dry it out. And then your Brussels sprouts will never get real tender and soft. So you want to avoid that. So cooking on a lower heat setting, continuing to flip and rotate. Just keep rotating your vegetables. If you need to take your meat out because it's getting too dark or it's done, then you can go ahead and do that and still cook the Brussels sprouts, even with the 5-minute rotation, until they're soft with a little bit of brown edging. Alright, I hope that this video helped you. If you have any questions, comments, or you're just like jumping on the mill, I really encourage you to catch the replay, because I really want to bring healthy meals to you this holiday season. I want us to stay on track with our health and our immunity and our overall well-being, and I want us to lead a balanced life with great, brain activity, and I want us to be focused and get the things that we need to get done now, so that we can have momentum coming in and going out of the holiday season happy, healthy, and prosperous. I will post the remaining of the recipe in the comments so you can kind of see what I did, because I kind of went through that a little quickly, and I want you to be able to follow along. I'll also post a picture when it's done so you can see what it looks like. Until next time, I'll probably be going live next Thursday, so just stay tuned for the time, and I will look forward to seeing you then. Bye for now.